Okay, so maybe this is my favorite slide for today kasi katatapos pa lamang ng Miss Universe and syempre ang mga Pinoy hot na hot sa resulta ng Miss Universe. I'll just drink for a moment. Actually, yung pambato ng Pilipinas, si Michelle D, I mean, her gown is very iconic kasi hindi siya yung parang karaniwang gown. So, the gown of Michelle D, he was actually inspired by a Filipina icon. Okay, so Apo Whang. So alam niyo na, siya ay parang she is past 100 and she is the only female mambabatok. Okay, so she actually uses a technique in making tattoos, okay, that is very traditional. So parang it's just like a piece of nail tapos may ink and then parang pinupuk-puk-puk-puk yung skin mo. Okay, so this is actually Apo Wang Od. Okay, so we are very proud, I mean, of her as a cultural symbol, okay, inspiring the gown of Michelle D. Okay, so the reason why I thought of Apo Wang Od because nakita ko some of her designs. Okay, so this is one of her designs. Okay, so this actually represents the moon. Okay, so kung titignan natin, this design is not just made up of concentric circles na katulad na nakita ninyo sa planetary model. So you would see that each circle here is actually made up of subcomponents. Okay, may mga subcomponents per circle. Okay, and of course, I mean, it's not going to be exactly like this. I mean, in the next model, but the idea is simply the same. So there will be subcomponents in a given component. So say for example, tong outermost ring na ito may mga subcomponents ka. Okay. So, and this is going to be the Schrödinger model or sometimes called the quantum model. Okay. And this is going to be the basis, okay, of the periodic table. Okay. So, tignan natin kung anong itsura ng quantum model. Okay. So, ang ating, again, starting point is the Bohr model. Okay, so concentric circles lamang. Okay. So, pag yung quantum model, on the other hand, is there is going to be subshells. Okay, so medyo linawin natin yung concept ng yung terms na ginagamit natin, I mean, for the quantum model. Okay, so for the Bohr model, meron kang energy levels, okay, or sometimes called orbit. Okay, the quantum model uses a different term for the energy level. Okay, they are actually referred to as shells. Okay, so kung malalaman, if you could recall, I mean, your teacher, kung ine-explain niya kung bakit lumalaki yung atomic radius, okay, in a given column, okay, because there are actually bigger there is actually more number of shells. Okay, katulad ng say for example, if you would look at your periodic table now, say bakit nga ba ang rubidium, okay, mas malaki kaysa lithium? Okay, kasi mas maraming shells ang rubidium kaysa lithium. Okay, so shells ang tawag doon sa energy level. Okay. And then what is very important, and I would say the distinguishing characteristic of these shells is that there is actually subshells. Okay, so say for example, yung first energy level, meron ka lang isang component. Yung second energy level, you have actually two components. Okay, so yung sinasabi ko kanina, may mga subcomponents. Okay, third energy level, you have three subcomponents, or we call them subshells. And then n equals 4, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 subshells. Pag i-invoke mo tong Schrödinger model, actually mas magkakaroon ka ng maraming transitions. Okay, say for example, okay, for this S patungo sa say sa n equals 3. So you could actually have more transitions, I mean, in the presence of subshells. So this was actually very important in explaining, okay, the more complex line spectra. Okay, so again, before I leave this slide, ang distinguishing characteristic ng quantum model or the Schrödinger model is that you have actually subcomponents in a given energy level. Okay, so there are subshells in a given shell. So shell 1, shell 2, shell 3, shell 4. Okay, shell 2 has actually 2 subshells. Shell 3 has 3 subshells, and so forth and so on. Okay, so that is a very important the one of the highlights of the Schrödinger model. Okay. Now, I think, with that introduction, we are ready to actually discuss quantum numbers, okay? So, makikita nyo, hopefully, ang aking goal ngayon is that maiintindihan nyo tong table na to using the analogies and the periodic table that I'm going to show to you, okay? So, we are going to discuss 4 quantum numbers, okay? So, N, okay? So, I will tell you now what N. N is actually your energy level, okay? L, okay? Is going to be your which is going to be the shape of the orbital. Okay, papaliwanag ko kung anong ibig sabihin tong mga numbers na ito mamaya. Sasabihin ko rin kung ano yung allowed numbers, okay? And then you have your M sub L, which is going to indicate the spatial orientation, and then finally yung pang fourth is ang M sub S, which is the spin. Okay, so I'm going to discuss them now one by one. Okay.